Gate 14 podcast presented by Sports Interaction, your homegrown sportsbook. Bet local today. We're here at the Spadina house, the condo, my weekend abode. 1 week away from my birthday. Whatever, a little bit of a tidbit there for the people. Avery, how we feeling?
As good as you can feel after, the season was over. Let's not get this wrong. Friday night, the season was over.
That was one of the worst games I've ever watched in my life. From start to finish, they just got fucked.
An ass kicking from the beginning, and as soon as the second, Shohei launches the second batter of the game, it's like, oh, okay, you're playing a real ball club. The Dodgers woke up a little bit.
Yeah,
and that's what sucks because they lose a bunch of series in a row to start the year.
Lost to the Mets,
and didn't they lose to the Padres and stuff too?
Yeah,
they had been struggling for a little bit. Then they get the Nats, and then they come in here and they just flex on everyone why they're so good. So yeah, I thought it was about the worst baseball I'd watched for a week straight. There was text messages sent, why do we watch baseball?
No, that was a real thought. I was legit in a depression on Friday. I FaceTimed Curtis the night. I was just on my couch just contemplating life. I was like, what the fuck am I doing right now? Because it was just. And then my mentions were pretty bad. Friday was the first day that I had to delete my Twitter app off my phone.
Deleted the whole thing?
A night. Yeah. I re-downloaded it Saturday at 11:30, 12 o'clock because I was so fucking depressed after watching that game. It also amplitudes it. It makes it worse when it's someone you know and someone you're friends with. The one that's getting shelled. Because it was Bassett, it hurt a little bit more for me. Because I know how good of a guy he is, and obviously he's been nothing but kind to us. So seeing a guy that you're close with get shelled on the national stage against one of the best teams ever for a team that's struggling, 4 straight losses, it made it significantly worse for me on Friday night.
Everything was bad. Everyone on Twitter was freaking out. The Ohtani plane jokes, I wanted to just shut off. That was the first time I contemplated muting a word on Twitter. All that shit was
If you are a Jays fan, and there's a Jays fan of an app that I will not talk about that tried to split up Gate 14 that made a joke about Ohtani's finally. If you're a Jays fan and you made that joke, you're a fucking loser. You're just an unfunny, just a loser. You're talking baseball. That's what you are. That's what they did.
Yeah,
they did the exact same joke.
Yeah,
it was such a dumb joke. It was just salt in the wound. I mean,
so the Ohtani stuff. Some of the quotes were really interesting because he came out and he said he wasn't really close at all to signing with Toronto. He's like, oh, it was pretty interesting to see what the reporters were saying about me signing there because I wasn't that close. Did that make you feel any better or did it make you feel worse?
It made me feel better, I'll be honest. Come on, we're Toronto sports fans. Nothing good happens here. There's we were never going to get Shohei Ohtani.
No.
And the fact that we believed it for a certain point, for, what was it, an hour? 2 hours, we believed he was actually a Blue Jay, was awesome. And but then now seeing the sideshow and the parade, all the stuff that happens when you do have Shohei Ohtani, I don't know if I would have enjoyed the Rogers Center being as fucked as it was this entire series. It would have been like that all year.
But that's good, because then you hope the team's good. It all goes together. If bunch of people covering Shohei. It was funny to see Japanese news outside of the Rogers Center today trying to interview people.
Yeah.
It all goes hand in hand. The good things would happen. And it's nice to see the barn packed for all those games. But
it was packed for the wrong reasons. It wasn't packed for the Blue Jays team. It was packed for Shohei Ohtani. It was a sideshow. It was, and I will say, no disrespect to Sportsnet, obviously, but it was just a Shohei Ohtani dick-sucking fest the entire weekend. Every single pre-game show on Sportsnet was talking about Ohtani. The questions they would ask the Jays players before the series was about Shohei Ohtani.
Those are the things.
It's what are we doing? It was a sideshow. That's what I'm saying. The entire thing was about Ohtani.
I don't even think when we talked to all the players this offseason, we even asked them a question about that, right?
No.
They're doing the same thing.
What are you, for example, they were asking, I think it was Gossman or someone about Shohei Ohtani. What is he going to say?
Yeah, he's
good.
Great.
Yeah, he's good. It's wild that that's the answers that reporters think they're going to ask and they think people are going to care about. Here is Kevin Gossman on Shohei Ohtani.
Yeah, and if Kevin Gausman chirps Shohei Ohtani and then
it's all over.
Exactly. It's that's a no-win situation you set those people up for. I think like telling the story on the broadcast is different about Shohei if you don't see him or know him. But if you're watching Blue Jays baseball when they're 12-14, after they've decided not to score runs for 3 straight weeks, you know who Shohei Ohtani is. So
it's almost 4 weeks now, actually, by the way. The war against 6 runs it's going strong.
They're on the front lines of the war against
They are
6
about to break a franchise record, I believe, for most games without 5 or more runs.
Yeah, the Sportsnet graphic
It blows my mind this team is one game above 500. It's a miracle.
We're below 500.
Well, sorry, why is that one game below?
No, you said above.
Sorry, one game below 500. It is a miracle.
It is legit mine.
It is a miracle.
It is.
They won today against one of the best offenses in baseball by letting the best offense in baseball only score 1 run. That's the only way this team could win.
Yeah. Yesterday, you had a chance, too. But you can't score. Another Sportsnet stat that came out is the Blue Jays not winning a single game down by 3 runs.
Since the All-Star break of last year.
Yeah.
This team fights.
So those stats suck because you like to think that in your head instead of actually being backed up by stats. Because you say, oh, we're down 3, turn the game off, there's no way we're going to win. The fact that there's an actual stat backing that up and telling you that, oh, yeah, no shit, they're actually not going to win. The stats are real, and your brain is telling you the same thing. That one hurts me as well.
Well, okay, so the discourse on Friday online was bad, obviously.
Maybe one of the worst days.
No, I think yesterday was worse.
Really?
My mentions were way worse yesterday. On Saturday, my mentions.
I took a mental health day.
You didn't watch the game, though, so that's why you are on a different standpoint than me, because I watched the entire thing, and then I was tweeting through the game.
Yeah, I was playing golf with the radio in my pocket to know what was going on.
Yeah,
I was still locked in, but just I needed the day to have my life back because scoring less than 6 runs every single game takes a toll on you.
We've had this conversation a trillion times.
Do you think
since we started this podcast?
Do you think we are we have to be different than the reporters, right?
In terms of what?
Like say Keegan does Keegan really care that they don't score 6 runs?
I'm not sure. I think.
Because it hurt.
I think what makes Gate 14 successful is we battle through this with the fans and we actually have emotions about it. I don't think Keegan or maybe he's a Blue Jays fan, but at some point you have to be professional about it. Like he's not cheering in like
oh hell no,
like he's not doing that stuff. So there's a little bit different. Like I
want to ask him like how he feels when the team's doing poorly.
Yeah, well,
because he's a Jays fan first.
He feels terrible because he roast them on in like the articles he writes and stuff like that. So he clearly cares, but I think for us it's definitely amplified and it definitely I don't know, it's just cuz we do the live streams, we have to sit through it. We have to create content about something that there's kind of impossible to create content about, especially when they can't score. It sucks.
It does. Like even the Royal Series.
The Royal Series was the nail in the coffin for me where I was like we might never be a playoff team again with this core. But yesterday, the discourse was bad, but Yusei Kikuchi kind of struggled a little bit yesterday. By the way, Yusei Kikuchi threw the fastest pitches of his career yesterday against Shohei Ohtani. Hit 99, hit 98.8, I believe. He was sitting 97, 98 in that entire Shohei Ohtani at bat. It just goes to show you like the extra gear that Yusei Kikuchi does have in certain aspects of his game. But he's incredible. It sucks he got the loss, but the offense scored 1 run. So.
Yeah, so let's do – this is a tweet you had. And I like to talk about it. When you look at the top 3 for the Dodgers, and I think it's just a baseball thing. It's like, okay, that's what a top 3 should look like. Yeah. Those are 3 players over 30 who make hundreds of millions of dollars. I think the Blue Jays are in a different spot than the Dodgers are there. And I think it's unfair the Dodgers should be sued for this. That everyone chooses to go to L.A. so they still have a good farm system. I think that's what's illegal.
Yes.
Because all of their guys, they're not picking up by trading them. They just sign there. So they have Andy Paz or whatever.
He was good.
Yeah, he's sick. And they trade a bunch of, like, Michael Busch is gone and hit 1,000 home runs for Chicago. I think it's unfair. But when we go 1 for 1, the 3 on the Blue Jays and the 3 for the Dodgers, what are your main thoughts?
I just think it's the inability to go through slumps, like for a elongated period of time. Credits me, big word. I think the difference is you don't see a stretch of a month where Mookie Betts hits 206, like Vladdy or Bo. Like, you don't see a month where Shohei Ohtani hits 206. You don't see any of that stuff. Like, they are slump proof, I guess you could say. Like, they have slumps. They go through like a 2-week pocket of slumps, and they don't all slump together.
Yeah, I think that's the worst part. Is that
like the Toronto Blue Jays, the entire team, when they just slump together. It's like when women get pregnant together.
They're synced up.
It's when they're synced up. They get pregnant together. They're going through it together. The Toronto Blue Jays, they slump at the same time. The entire top of the order is hitting 205.
Yeah. Those are just the numbers. There's nothing
there's nothing I can say.
Yeah, it's just the numbers. They'll get better. They're
obvious.
Yeah,
listen. Okay, this is where I'm at. George Springer, age has hit him. That's just clear.
There is facts in their stats to show as you age, your bat speed declines. It's just how it is.
Yeah, I think they're expecting a little bit too much from George. I would probably move him out of that leadoff spot. I know he's one of the best ever leadoff hitters, second all-time in leadoff home runs. But I'd probably, at some point, he kind of just got to switch things up. Like, Bo Bichette, the people continually in my mentions telling me, you got to go up Bo Bichette. You got to tell him to come in your office, this, that. Why aren't you guys hard on Bo Bichette? He is a consistent 4-WAR player every single year. He has the longest leash on the team. I know he's going to figure it out.
Yeah.
Like, if you think Bo Bichette, who is one of the best pure hitters in baseball, in my opinion, led the league in hits 3 seasons, if you don't think he's going to figure it out, you're just a brain-dead negative idiot.
See, the thing with Bo that's so different is I think none of it is swing mechanics.
It's swing decisions.
Swing decisions. And then Vladdy, everyone nitpicks. It's like, oh, it's a little mechanics as well. Bo is bat-to-ball skills. It's going to be fine.
Yes.
Like, Bo isn't there. We don't need him to hit 40 home runs. We need the guy behind him to do that as well. The John Schneider thing that he came out and said, he said, it doesn't matter where they are in the lineup. They're going to get pitched to the same.
That
one could be true, but they get the most at-bats on the team, and they are struggling at this point. That's why you need to change it up, not how they're being pitched to.
Yeah, John Schneider, some of his quotes really pissed me off, but it pisses fans off because he continues to say for the last 2 seasons, they're going to figure it out. At some point, they're going to figure it out. Brother,
that's for us to say.
They have not figured it out in fucking a year and a half now at this point. Vladdy, has not figured it out. He has been on a steady decline since 2021. 2022, people forget, he actually was not bad. I know everyone talks about, whatever. He hit 32 home runs.
Yeah.
I would murder for Vladdy to hit 32 home runs this year. He's at 3, and we're almost a month into the season now. He's at 3 home runs in a month. Varsho hit more home runs in 3 games than Vladdy has in an entire month.
Those are numbers. I can't argue with numbers. Do you think we're too hard on Vlad?
I think we're not. I don't think we are. I think Vladdy would say the same thing about it. Actually, I don't know, because Vladdy came out last year and said he had a good year. So I don't know. I don't know if we're too hard on him, but I think it's what we expect from him. This is
he's just not Shohei Ohtani, just the hitter, obviously not the pitching part of it. He's not Freddie Freeman. He's not Mookie Betts.
But he was up there with those guys in 2021, which is what you can't start off too hot. I always talk about this. If you're a work guy or a school guy or whatever, the higher the expectations you set, the more fucked you are. If you set the bar too high, Vladdy came in the league 1 year removed after his rookie season and was the best hitter in the American League, not named Shohei Ohtani. You set the bar too high because now we're expecting that every single year forever, and it's just hard to mimic that. Not every single person does that. Everyone has the years. I think he's somewhere in the middle of what he was last year and what he was in 2021. I think that's a perfect median, and I think that's what 2022 was. He was like a 2 or 3 WAR player, won a Gold Glove, and he hit 32 home runs. That is what Vladdy is, in my opinion. That's what he should be. That's what we should be. That's what we should have expectations for is 2022 Vlad every year.
Sure, I'm fine with that as well. As he gets older into the player, what does Vladdy maturing help him do? How do we get more from Vlad as he gets older? Because the swing decisions thing is the struggle.
I will say he looked good today.
For sure.
2 for 4 today. 2 hard hit singles.
And he smoked the ball yesterday,
yes.
too. Like, that's the thing that's so frustrating. How many players can hit a ball over 115 miles an hour?
Well, he does it. Yeah, he does kill worms with it. But yeah, it's a good point. That's a good point.
Like, the numbers are there that shows he's top percentile of baseball in certain things. It's just not put together. It's not at the perfect times. It's frustrating because we want him.
Yeah, and going back to the Bo situation, like we all remember this in 2023. Bo Bichette was like a league average hitter all the way until up September. Then he hit like 450.
Yeah, 22.
22, sorry. Bo Bichette, I book it, clip this. Bo Bichette will have a month this year that is the exact same as September where we're like, this is why he's the best fucking hitter in baseball.
Yeah.
He's going to hit like 430. That month he had, we called it September or Bo-tember, remember?
Bo-tember.
Bo-tember, we called it 2 years ago.
September was pretty good.
It was, yeah, September. He hit just like, he just never got out. Yeah. I remember it was like the Orioles series. He went like 6 for 8 in like a doubleheader, and we're like, oh my God. He was just, that's what Bo is, and that will happen at some point this year. I just can't see that happening for Vladdy at some point. Yeah. We kept saying it last year. He didn't have a month last year, I think, where he had over, I don't remember. I don't remember how many home runs, but I don't know what was his highest total home runs in a month he hit in 2023. But it couldn't have been high because he had, 25 home runs last year? Yeah. 26?
A lot of the discourse, again, was like, fire John Schneider, all that. Where are you?
Okay, so yesterday, again, which is why my timeline was so bad, and obviously a lot of my mentions are bad because of some of the stuff I tweet because I'm on a different side of an argument for a lot of people. The fire Ross Atkins thing is interesting, and I listened to a couple different aspects of it, but at the end of the day, Ross Atkins could have brought in Jesus Christ himself to hit in the 4-hole, and he would have just been hitting solo home runs because the top of the offense is get on. Like
Jorge Soler hitting 4.
Yeah, like who would he drive in right now? Right now, who would he drive in?
Yeah, he'd be Mike Trout.
Like blaming Ross Atkins. Do I necessarily agree with the KK signing? Probably not. I'll be honest with you. I didn't agree with it at the time. I don't know if I agree with it now. Solely based off the fact that Varsho gives you that from the same side of the plate with more power and more pop, and you keep Davis Schneider in the lineup in left field, and he continues to play every single day and get better. I think the Kevin Kiermaier signing, I'll give Ross. I'm not going to give Ross a pass for it. That was one of his bad signings. But IKF has been great here. Like, the best hitter on this team is Justin Turner, who he brought in this offseason hitting the 4-hole. I understand people are talking about the power and all, like, we need power and all that type of stuff. They didn't address that. Who in this free agent class would have just drastically changed the power for the Toronto Blue Jays? Jorge Soler has been kind of a bum this year. Cody Bellinger's hitting 235 with
Soler's
6 home runs.
5 bombs, I think.
Yeah, like, there's no one that's like off the charts power that would make this team immediate AL East contenders that were available this offseason. Obviously Shohei, but like
Tyler O'Neill wasn't like readily available. He had to be traded for. Yeah,
Tyler O'Neill was a fuck up by Ross Atkins. Stop bringing in Tyler O'Neill. He rocks.
Yeah,
and he is like currently leading the American League in home runs, I believe.
And
he's Canadian. Yeah. That was a fuck up by Ross Atkins. You could say fire Ross Atkins all you want, man, but I'm under the belief that it doesn't matter who you bring in if your big dogs don't beat big dogs.
100%.
And that's just what it will be. The people that are blindly saying Ross Atkins, he constructed the best pitching staff in the American League. He constructed the best defensive team in the American League. He sacrificed power for it, which makes it a very boring brand of baseball to watch, albeit. But it's not like he is just doing stupid signings. He didn't sign like Jose Abreu for like $150 million.
Correct.
Like the Astros did. Like a lot of his signings have been very good deal signings. Jose Barrios extension, Kevin Gossman, Chris Bassett. Varsho trade is now looking way better than it did last year. Varsho's the best power hitter on this team. Justin Turner signing was great. IKF obviously has been whatever. He's been not a power bat, but he's been great defensively and pretty decent at the plate. So the fire Ross Atkins stuff for me is just who's better out there, right?
Yeah, and I was kind of thinking that managers-wise, like I wanted to go through a list of my phone's recording this, which sucks. Just go through like list of managers. Who do you think? Like, what managers are good and what managers are
Joe
bad?
Madden?
Like, what is...
Like, Buck Showalter? I don't know. Like,
they don't have jobs. Like, for a reason.
For a reason.
Yeah.
Like...
Not that I think John...
The Los Angeles Angels fired Joe Madden because they were the worst team ever with him at the helm.
do I think John Schneider's the best manager ever?
No.
Do I think like being a manager has changed a ton from what it used to be? 100%. Yeah, I can't get down with the fire John Schneider. Ross shouldn't get a chance to fire another manager probably before he needs to look at himself and be like, oh, is it really the manager's fault? Like if you keep fucking getting
at the end of the day, the guy's fired 3 managers in his fucking career here.
Yeah.
John Gibbons, I believe, right?
I don't remember who I know he's run through a bunch.
3 managers. John Gibbons, Charlie Montoyo, or just 2, I guess. This would be his 3rd manager he's fired if he fires John Schneider. So it's like, at the end of the day, like John Schneider, if John Schneider goes, Ross Atkins goes.
They should be one in the same.
Yes.
They're both going.
Yes. Yeah. It's just it's a
wild. I think he's signing his ticket if he fires. John Schneider.
He knows he's gone.
John Schneider's not getting up there to not swing at a 1-2 pitch slider in the other batter's box.
Another thing, like I saw the discourse of like Ross Atkins hired the hitting coaches. Guillermo Martinez was the hitting coach in 2021, which was the greatest Toronto Blue Jays offense on paper ever. I guess Guillermo Martinez now is, I don't know what the fuck he does besides just drink on the weekends. I don't know what the fuck this guy does, but this is my thing. It's like at the end of the day, you're a professional hitter. You should be able to like make adjustments by yourself. Like obviously reuse your resources. Like the Jays have 1 million resources, maybe the most in the league. Like they have everything up to date. I just don't know like the hitting coach discourse is like, do you think Guillermo Martinez told the Vladdy, hey man, you know that swing you had in 2021? Let's switch that shit.
Yeah, let's get off of that.
They're not telling him to do that.
No.
Like, I don't know, man. It's a weird discourse. And listen, sooner than later, this offense, if it continues like this for a couple more weeks, I do think someone will get fired. I truly do think that.
But like a hitting coach is not getting fired halfway through a season.
They did it last year. The Yankees did.
Yeah, it's true.
So I don't know.
They did do that, and then they brought in
Casey.
Paul
Casey,
the mayor. No, not Paul Casey. Sean Casey.
Sean Casey. Sorry.
Sean Casey. Yeah,
they
did bring him in, but like that doesn't do shit.
Yeah, it doesn't. It
doesn't do anything.
Just let Matt Haig be the offensive coordinator at this point.
Yeah, Mattingly, the offense is dried up. He needs to run some new plays.
Yeah, let's get horny for Haig on the fucking on the call here. Listen, they got to beat the Royals this week.
Yeah, we're in a great spot that if you win the series against the Royals,
500 at home against 2 good teams. Dodgers, Royals.
The Royals, I think, are fraudulent a little bit.
I do as well. But again,
they did put it on the Blue Jays, and they kind of struggled to score runs as well in that series.
Yeah, they went Jays mode.
They did go Jays mode.
Yeah, I don't know. But we'll see. Let's talk about today's game, though. Today's game was awesome, the first 2 innings. We're like, all right, the war against 6 wins might be complete. We might be waving the white flags in the streets of Toronto. The parade might be back on. They scored 3 runs in 2 innings. And they lay a goose egg for the next 7 innings against a bullpen game.
Oh, my God. Ryan Yarbrough.
He sucks.
And he shoves against the Jays every single time. It feels like you're watching a high school pitcher, like seeing sinkers at 84, and he is just shoving. And they first pitch fly out, first pitch ground out. It's incredible. So Ryan Yarbrough gets away with murder.
Same with Alex Vesia. I think Alex Vesia is a bum too.
Okay.
I don't think he's that good. This Jays hitters today, their approaches in the first 3 innings were awesome. Like they were hitting the balls the other way hard. Vladdy had a nice little hard hit single. Bo Bichette had a decent swing his second at bat. The other 2 at bats did not look great, but it's just like Kirk looked like 2022 Kirk.
Kirk was crazy. Should have been double probably for anyone else that went down the left field line. The sound it made in the park, I was like, who hit that? That was pretty interesting to see from Kirk. I did see some stuff on he was standing closer to the plate.
Yeah, which is something that I saw. And a 2-handed finish. Listen, the thing about Kirk is crazy. I know we talk about the hitting coaches on Twitter. There's 1 million hitting coaches. Everyone thinks they're hitting coach. The Kirk thing makes a good point. I saw someone tweet it. They're like, why is Kirk standing far off the plate than he did when he was successful in 2022, and ever since he made the adjustment, he's been bad. I don't like. Do people not like look at that? Like, is Kirk like? I'd love to hear his thoughts on this, Alejandro Kirk, but it was like
if it's getting to Twitter, I hope to God it's been talked about in.
It's just such a simple adjustment, coaches. Like seeing Alejandro Kirk pull baseballs hard as fuck. Like, he hit that one today, 113, I want to say.
Really?
Yeah, he shot on that ball to the left side. Yeah. And then he hits the opposite field home run. He's using all fields, hitting the ball hard. It was unbelievable to watch. And that's why we fell in love with Thick Jesus back in 2021 and 2022, because he rocked.
He does.
His at-bats were incredible. Worst base runner I have ever seen in my life, and that's not even close. Like,
do you think he's a bad base runner because he has bad base running instincts, or he's just slow as fuck?
I think slow as fuck and bad base running instincts. I think it's both.
Okay.
I truly do think it's both. He's just, I don't know. Do you think he knows how bad he is, like, at base running?
Yeah, probably.
Like, do you think, like, he's like, when he's at first, he sees Teoscar Hernandez get the ball in left, and he's like, that probably should have been a double. Because
he rounded that thing hard as possible. He gave what he had. He got to like halfway, hard stop and back. He saw it through. Vladdy goes to second for that one, and then we get mad at Vladdy if he gets thrown out for that.
Yeah,
right.
True.
It's a little different for Kirk. Whatever. Like, didn't they ground into a double play immediately after?
Yeah, they did. Right after. I believe might have been. Yeah, I forgot who did it, but maybe I can't. I don't remember who did it. But yeah, other than that though, man, Kevin Gausman, where are you at with him today? I mean, sitting 93. The velo is clearly still not there. This is a guy that was throwing like 95, 96 last year, sitting that. Not a lot of strikeout stuff today as well. 7 innings, 5 strikeouts for Kevin Gausman today. Where are you at with him? He's kind of turning into like a contact guy right now.
He's finding a way to be successful with something going on, probably. He's not he's not that old for you to be like, okay, he's ready, he's going to decline at this point. So
it's weird seeing him not throw hard.
Something is maybe a mechanical thing going on. I don't think he's hurt. They wouldn't trot him out there every 5th day if they think he's hurt or something's wrong with him. It's the swing and miss stuff. I want to go into some like swing strike rates with all the pitches. I'll look at some of that stuff after. Yeah, I'm fine with what he's done today.
He's working well with what he has right now, which is clearly not his best stuff.
Yeah, because I said that to you last time when we went through the games in Kansas City. You're like, oh, Kevin Gausman with not his best stuff. I was like, when have we really seen Gausman with his best stuff?
Tampa Rays start probably. That was the only one.
And
that was what you said.
That was a while ago. So I'm concerned is the wrong word. We're monitoring what's going on with Kevin Gausman.
Well, the thing is, which makes
he was sick. He was awesome today.
He went 7 innings, 1 run against the best offense in baseball.
Yeah. Like in what world can we complain about what happened today?
By the way, Shohei Ohtani, 2 for 13 this series, 1 extra base hit. Congrats on that home run, asshole.
Fortunately, the one home run was like off. The dagger in the series before it even started.
But you did call it, though. You said you'd be happy if the Jays, this series went 1-2 to the Dodgers.
Happy, yeah. You had to win it. That's the thing about baseball is we watched the 2 worst baseball games that had ever been played back-to-back days, and then you win Game 3 of the series. It's like, okay, you didn't get swept. 1-2 against a great Dodgers team, and then if you win a series against the Royals, we get out 500 on this homestand.
And 500 in the season as well. So they're 1 game below right now, but then they got the Nationals after that, so that should be – I mean, Nationals actually looked kind of fucking good. Jesse Winker hitting like 300.
Yeah, Jesse Winker's got something
CJ
back.
Abrams rocks. But yeah, other than that though, it's like this series is exactly what I expected. I think I even might have said on the podcast to lose the series 2-1. I might have said they might have won it 2-1. I'm not sure.
No,
but
you said they were going to win the series.
Okay, I might have said on the Dodgers podcast. I appeared on Dodgers Nation on Friday. I looked back, it was like 17,000 views, which is fucked. Everyone just calling me a homer in the fucking comment section. But yeah, no, I went on that and like seeing their perspective, because we talked about that on the podcast. Like, I wonder what it's like for other fans, like what they think about this team.
Yeah.
And like what he said to me is like the top 3, they look like shit right now. We don't want us to be the team that gets them going. That was like their main thing. But Tyler Glasnow rocks.
That loss makes sense.
Yes. The Friday one doesn't. You're facing a pitcher that's honestly not that good.
Yeah.
I do not think he's that good. But it's hard when you get down as bad as they got down early. So
yeah. Like the Saturday Glasnow loss is you're facing a great pitcher. You have their good relievers come in.
Yeah.
You score.
Because they didn't need them on Friday.
You score 1 run. Okay. Like that's ball. You chalk it up. You haven't been scoring a lot of runs anyways. It's the other guys. Like the Royals have a random opener tomorrow or some random guy starting. So that's the guys you need to get on. That's the frustrating stuff when you can't score 6 runs against those guys instead. Yeah, Reagan's and Barrios again. It would be nice, a little bit of redemption. And then I think it's Seth Lugo and CB
on Wednesday. I talked about that with Alto. It's
work from Dome, man.
Work from Dome again. Like I am so tired of the 3:00 games.
Yeah, it's bullshit. The 3:00 games.
Can we just play at 7 every day?
Yeah.
Like whatever happened to that? You're not the Cubs. The Cubs play at 2:00 during the week. You know why? Because they didn't have lights.
They didn't have lights. Yeah, that's exactly why. They didn't
but
play.
Yeah, I don't know. This series should be fun. I think this series should be fun. We got robbed, by the way. I think that rule in baseball is the most pathetic fucking rule. The game should end if you've played 5 innings. The Jays were down 1, albeit they probably weren't going to score 1 to win the game, or 2 to win the game. But they got the loss. All right, we just cut out there.
Yep.
Avery's mic is in shambles. What the fuck's wrong with their mic? Avery's mic is in shambles.
Good.
Listen,
put the thing on.
Anyways, we're starting a new segment. Shout out to our guy BK who came up with this. Hate 14. We will mention a couple things we hate about the Toronto Blue Jays.
14 things we hate. Like
14.
That's why it's hate 14. Well, I'll do 7. You do 7.
I didn't come.
I wrote them down. I wrote down 7 things that I hate. Number 1, things I hate. The new outfield dimensions. Bring them in. We need all the help we can get.
Yeah, noodle bats.
Emergency construction. The walls are too tall. Bring them in. I hate the outfield dimensions.
Okay, I'll go second. I hate the umpire cam.
I think you're so wrong.
No, I hate it. I fucking hate it.
Why?
I hate it. I think it's terrible. They just kept showing him receiving the balls from the bat boy. It was so dumb.
The foul tip. The Kirk home run view today was awesome.
Okay, but to a certain extent, I didn't like the fact they were showing the umpire receiving balls from the ball boy.
Okay.
I was like, what do I need to see this for?
They were abusing their new toy.
Show home runs, show Tyler Glasnow pitching, show strikeouts.
Show Kevin Gausman splitter.
Yes. Don't show the guy receiving balls from the bat boy.
Okay. My second thing, hate 14, is how watching baseball makes me depressed.
Well, not baseball, watching the Blue Jays.
Yeah. So we don't do this as an escape because
it's our job.
Get paid to cover it.
Yeah.
And I needed to get my life back in my hands after what we had gone through last week. So I hate that.
That's fair. I hate hangovers.
Brother,
Well, I'll tell you a story. So yesterday I got mangled. We won't go into the story because obviously it's we can't go into it.
Awesome.
It's awesome, just so you guys know it is awesome. But we can't go into it. I was so hungover this morning. I was drunker this morning than I was last night. So I didn't want to wake everyone up in this condo and puke in the condo. So I took an elevator downstairs to go to the first floor to puke in the alleyway behind the condo. And then I was like, what the fuck am I doing? Like, I was just so drunk. I was like, what are you doing, dude?
Okay.
And then I just came upstairs and I just puked here.
So I wrote this down on Saturday, and my number 3 then was I hate that the baby blue jerseys aren't in. So I'm going to scratch that, and I hate gas prices. What a bullshit fucking thing. And what am I going to do, not get gas?
Yeah, it is.
It's
sick.
It's like when they were price gouging bread, Yeah. What are you going to do, not buy bread? You're not
and all that stuff. Yeah, it's not great, but I agree with you there. Next thing I hate is I hate how the Rogers Center has now turned into not an area just to watch baseball. I hate how it's turned into just it takes away the joy and the purity of baseball. Obviously, we're baseball fans. I hate how it's turned into something where people just use it as just let's just go to the Jays game and just watch a band play and fucking let's watch a fucking band play in right field. I guess I understand it brings more people to the stadium.
Oh yeah, they are not mad.
They're not mad about that.
Not mad that you're saying this.
But maybe I'm an old head. I'm an old head baseball fan. It's insane that there's a full section of people just not giving a fuck what's going on in the baseball field.
All right, cut out again. I'll go into my next. We are dealing with my phone doesn't want to work, but that's fine. Okay, the next thing I hate. Anytime Vlad puts the ball on the ground to the right side of the infield.
Yeah, pull it.
Pull that shit.
Pull it, please.
Yep, pull it, please. It's just like I know what can happen when he pulls the ball. Hate when he puts it on the ground to the right side. Gets hits, whatever. I hate it though.
I hate when people on Twitter blame hitting coaches and not the actual players.
Like that. I hate the 2021 season. I wish it never existed, so it would make
because it hurt our brain.
It broke us, I think.
Well, the broken part is they made the playoffs that year.
21?
Yes.
Them not making the playoffs.
Oh, sorry, 20 they made the playoffs. The Mickey Mouse one against the Royals.
Yeah,
the Rays, sorry.
Yeah.
2021 broke me because it was the greatest offensive team I've ever seen, we've ever seen. They didn't make the playoffs. And because of Brad Hand, Tyler Chatwood, Rafael Dolis, it goes to show you, I mean, listen.
Special group.
Marcus Sitt made 4 guys over 100 RBIs on one team. Oh, my God.
30 home runs for a bunch of people.
All right, yeah. That's a good one. I hate people that blame us when the Jays lose.
Nice. I hate that too. Like what?
Like people tweet at me every time you make a pregame video they lose. Shut the fuck up. Me making a pregame video does not make the product on the field different, okay? Yeah. I'm a content guy.
I hate work from Dome. I think it's the worst idea ever. You can't even work from there. You're there to watch baseball. Why would you want to?
Dome from home sounds cooler.
Dome from home is what they should
I like
have done.
Dome from home. I'll say it. I do like Dome from home. This is my last one. I don't have fucking 7. I mean, if we're gonna do this every week, we can't.
No, we're not gonna do this every week.
Yeah.
When it gets rough and you need to write things down, that's when we do hate 14.
I hate the fact that we have spent multiple hours a day for almost 2 years now watching the same offense. Not almost 2 years, sorry, I guess a year and a bit, but watching the same offense every day. And I hate the fact that I continue to tell myself it might be different.
Yeah.
That's what pisses me off. I'm in the toxic relationship where I think my partner is going to change, and they have never shown me proof that they are going to change. But in my mind, I think they're going to change, and it never happens.
Yep, there you go. Okay, my last one. I hate umpires. I hate home plate umpires. I fucking think they stink at their job, even though they're really good compared to the average person. I hate when they call low balls strikes. I hate the umpires, but I don't want robot umpires. So I don't know how that makes much sense, but I hate them.
Yes, okay. All right, so let's go into the series. Then we'll go into listener questions. We'll go into the series for this week. We already talked about the pitching matchups. My man crush Ben Nicholson-Smith tweeted it. Yariel Rodriguez versus to be announced. Jose Brios versus Cole Reagans. Chris Bassett versus Seth Lugo. Jays are winning the series 2-1. Yeah. Jays are winning the series 2-1. They will score 6 runs tomorrow.
Jonathan Bolin is the one starting for the Royals.
They will score 6 runs tomorrow. Tomorrow they do it. They get over the mountain. We'll be streaming it. They score 6 runs tomorrow and break the curse.
I'm not ready to go out on that limb
tomorrow they do it.
But tomorrow they score 6 runs as well.
Yes.
Sports Interaction, if you are betting it, it'll be in the Sports Interaction parlay for tomorrow. The Blue Jays over runs. 100%.
Yep. That's guaranteed. That's an Avery Chenier guarantee.
Well, it's a guarantee that I will be betting it. It's not a guarantee that it'll hit.
And if it hits, the scenes will look like genius. I might have started making a Twitter account to the Jays score 6 runs today. And just do
shouldn't have said that out loud. Someone's going to take
Someone's going to do that. Whatever. Someone can do that.
You want someone to do that for you, though. You just don't want to retweet it.
I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
I don't want to do that. So, okay, so let's go into some listener questions.
I'll say Jays win the series. I think it's redemption time.
2-1?
Yeah. 2-1.
Who launches? You think Kirk stays hot? Kirk staying hot would rock.
I think we get Dalton Varsho home run.
Okay.
Yeah. It's been a little
Reagans?
bit. No, not off Cole Reagans.
No. All right. Some listener questions.
Can I? There's one thing I want to say. As in Barger, what are your thoughts after?
They've made it tough for him. Not putting him in the lineup every day. Obviously, it makes sense. David Schneider should be in the lineup every single day, by the way.
Yes. That's the other thing I was going to get at. I'm on the do damage train, and I want my damage boys in the lineup. Danny Jansen and David Schneider.
Have to be.
Turner
obviously is a damage guy.
They're in my do damage line.
Yeah, I agree.
Well, Davis does a ton more damage than Turner.
By the way, that Springer catch today was ridiculous. We didn't talk about that. That was one of the nicest catches I've ever seen live because
the way he dove towards the wall for it too is so sick.
Like that's what I'm talking about. the angle we were sitting at today's game, we saw the entire thing unfold right in front of us. Like, we saw the angle of the ball entering the air, and Springer slowly started to track it and just fucking jump a million feet. That rocked. And the celebration, he always does that when he dies, by the way. He goes, like, on all fours. Or no, his legs spread out, and he just goes, yeah, and then fucking Varsho comes. It was sick.
Yeah, awesome.
It was sick, but that was some incredible stuff.
Barger, for me, the one thing people were complaining about was, why is he playing left field and why isn't he playing third base? If you think the Blue Jays aren't talking to his minor league manager, you think if the Blue Jays haven't seen Aston Barger play third base, they know who they have on the team. They're going to put guys in what they think is the best situation for them. And again, just because he hadn't played the position, they're trying to figure things. People are going to play different positions.
He also throws 100 out of the end.
Left field is the open position right now. So that's why he was playing.
He also, shout out Addison Barger, he threw the hardest baseball in the StatCast era for a Toronto Blue Jays outfielder ever. 100.8. That was a fucking launch. That was launched. That was sick. Some listener questions here. JR asked, was there anything that happened late Saturday night that might have turned the Jays season around? No comment.
No comment, but maybe.
No comment, but there might have been some electric event that we took part of. Where is YJ's? I've been talking to YJ's every day.
He is now Instagram messaging me as well. I put up an Instagram story at the Jays game, and within the second message, he was sending me IKF's ground ball rate. So
he's just off Twitter.
Our king is off Twitter, but he is not changed at all. That made me really, really happy to see.
I don't know if he will ever get back on Twitter. He seems like he's just enjoying free flowing with life.
Yeah,
like just raw dogging his thoughts. He said
he's the best ever, man. I hope nothing but good things for our friend.
Oh, this is a good question. I wanted to talk about this. What's more cringe? Romano's walkout music down 3 runs on Saturday. By the way, that's bananas. But if you're gonna do it, I'm not. Do you do that? That like, that's fucked. The walkout music, the light show when you're down 3 is crazy.
If I was playing, I'd be like, what are they thinking up
exactly.
there? That's what I would think. That was my initial thought. Someone's got but someone's also going to say, why aren't we doing this for them? People are taking the videos, posting it. You got to think of it from a different way. I hate it.
Yeah. I hated it too. It's what's more cringe, that or Manoah still being in the dugout. That is the crazy thing. Again, that is Alek Manoah, and maybe he's rehabbing here differently than Buffalo.
Well, he's not. How is he
He's like throwing bullpens here and stuff still. That's another aspect of Alek Manoah. If I'm a minor league teammate for him, I'm like, is this guy too fucking good to be in our dugout when we're playing?
Yeah.
Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, if I am Alek Manoah, if I am the teammates of Alek Manoah, I'm saying, why the fuck does he just show up here once a week, pitches in Buffalo, gets shelled, albeit, obviously, and then comes here and just chills with the actual big league club?
Yes, it is. Bullshit. It is interesting every time I see him. Like,
it's a bad look.
Why is
it's a bad look? Earn your way back into that clubhouse. Yeah, Max Scherzer stays in fucking AAA. You think Max Scherzer's in Texas with the boys every weekend? No, it's crazy. That actually, I know. Again, maybe it's an old man. Let's roll.
I think it's interesting every time I see it. 100%.
Good question here. Can we make the playoffs scoring 3 runs a game? If the Jays make the playoffs never scoring 6 runs, that'd be the most crazy athletic feat in the history of baseball. And I'm kind of hoping they do it.
Okay. It sucks to watch still. It sucks. Oh, my God. So bad. Can't score 6 fucking runs.
Yeah. Where's another questions here? Predictions on the KC series. And Marcus, we talk about this we recap the series every single podcast. What do you think the lineup? Who do you think will be out of the lineup once Kiermaier's back? Again,
like Barger's getting sent down.
I think they're telling Kiermaier to take his time.
Interesting.
Yeah, Schneider should be in left every day. That's the best lineup you could put out there. And Schneider is good defensively. You talked about this last podcast. He has in the 90-something percentile.
He was 4th in best outfield jumps.
Yeah, so he gets the best jump in the outfield.
Dalton Varsho, which was surprising to me. Maybe the routes aren't the best, but the jump's really good. The instincts are good. So yeah, he has done nothing defensively to say he shouldn't be playing left field, and he shows with the bat why he should be playing as well. So get David Schneider in the lineup all the time.
I agree. Someone asked, who is the odd man out? IKF, Schneider, Ernie, Barger, Biggio. It's obviously Barger, right?
Barger's going down.
Yeah. Will the boys come to Calgary for Calgary Stampede? Hopefully
We're in Seattle.
Year. We're in Seattle this year. Someone asked that. What city we'll be going to? We'll be going to Chicago, a little Cincinnati vlog kind of vibes. We'll be driving down. And then we will be going to Seattle in August. When is that?
July.
Like July long weekend, I'm pretty sure, right?
Yeah, it's like July 4th, I think is there, so that'll be awesome.
So we'll be going down to there for that, which will be sick. Last question has anyone seen Dr. Arnett and Tim Meza in the same room? No. I've never seen that, but it is. Tim Meza today, by the way, that
was crazy.
That was crazy, yeah.
How that went, because Jimmy goes, awesome to walk Freddie Freeman. I was saying that out loud. I was like, that they should probably walk him here, and seeing him felt like I was the manager. Felt great seeing that. And then, yeah, they did their jobs in the bullpen, and they had to because they weren't going to score any more runs after that. So,
yeah.
Really good. Jimmy was good after the little hiccups there. Big strikeout on Teoscar, and then came and did your job against Max Muncy. So shout out to Tim Meza. We had some velo back today, which was nice to see.
Yeah. I have fully talked myself into this Toronto Blue Jays team doing the opposite of last year, being bad at the start but good at the end. Last year, we forget, they were a wagon in April and May.
Best Blue Jays team you've ever seen.
I've ever seen. I said that. They swept the Atlanta Braves, and they beat the Rays. The first ever Rays loss was against the Jays. We talk about this all the time. I think the Jays are going reverse osmosis on us. And
what is reverse osmosis?
I don't know. I just wanted to say it. I think this year they do the complete opposite of what they did last year, and they win all of our hearts come the second half.
Yep. That's a great spin zone. 1-0 in the new Blues.
Yep. By the way, Fanatics, fuck you. The fact that it took you this long to have the baby Blues ready for a Major League Baseball season blows my mind.
Yep.
Blows my fucking mind. But anyways, anything else, Avery? I mean, great pod. It's good to be back in person.
It is. Yeah, anything from the production team? Questions here?
One question.
Okay, we have one question.
Nipple-sized penises or penis-sized nipples?
We're not going to answer that question live.
Well, I'll answer that off the record. I don't want to get caught. But yeah, anyways, again, I appreciate you guys tuning in. It's good to have the Blue Jays back home. Which is, again, that sucks traffic-wise because I have to fucking drive back all the way back to Guelph. But anyways, I appreciate you guys tuning in, man. Love you guys. Let us know if you guys enjoy the in-person pods more. I'm assuming you guys do. Let's have ourselves a week. We will talk to you guys on Wednesday night. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. They play Friday.
Off day. Yeah. Thursday.
We'll talk to you guys Wednesday night. Let's win a series. Get back to 500. Let's stay above water and do the thing. Gate 14 forever. Make sure you guys download Sports Interaction. Like the video. Comment. Subscribe. All that stuff. See you guys on Wednesday.